right, guys. Wow, round of applause.
Hello.
In a year and a half, I've never gotten a round of applause here. So.
Should we give him the wave?
First thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is the rating system. I got it on this little board right here. ESRB stands for Entertainment Software Rating Board, or just ESRB. It's pretty basic. What age group are we here? 8? 9? 9? Sorry, I don't want to take that year away from you. So you guys are somewhere between. E for everyone and E 10 and plus. I mean, it is very basic. I mean, these EC games are for like 3 to under. You don't really see too many of those games, you know. And then we move to E for everyone, which is probably where you guys are. That's more of like your Pokemon games and things like that. And then from there you go to E10 plus, which they're saying, you know, it's E for everyone, but probably a little better for 10 and older for understanding the game. Go.
I have a lot of E10 plus, and I have one mature game.
Well,
I have a lot of mature games.
Harrison is going to talk to you a little bit about the mature games too, okay?
Well, if we jump to the mature, I mean, the mature games, they are for 17 plus. And the problem, if where you guys are in your video game careers, if there is a problem, it's just that there's not many now software companies that make these games that are trying to hit you guys. They're trying to hit 17 and up because that's the majority of their sales. So that's why they kind of have to push the limit to make a mature game so people, their demographic, will buy it. Yes, sir.
What does the A stand for?
The A stands for 18 plus, and we don't carry those games, and most places don't. They're for adults far past the mature. I mean, if they're... I have never even seen one of these, what you would call adult 18 plus games. I don't know. I've never even seen one, but I'm sure they just throw it in there just in case. Yes, sir.
Any game, if it's like a different rating on the DS, like if it's M on like the Wii or the PlayStation 3 or something like that, and it's T for teen on DS, it's still rated M. It doesn't matter of what rating it is.
They will, for the Wii and the DS, take a game that might be mature for the Xbox and make it T for teen for the Wii, and they just very simply just take things out like curse words or blood, and they give you the same type of game just without that stuff, so they can take that mature rating away. Yes, sir.
They carry a lot of M games.
They do. I agree. Yes, sir.
Do they make like Call of Duty Black Ops for Wii? Yeah,
they made Call of Duty Black Ops for the Wii, yes. But it's a Wii game, so you kind of use the motion controllers. You kind of use the motion controllers as opposed to the regular controller. Hit me.
They made it for PlayStation, Xbox, and the DS. Black Ops?
You are correct.
Yeah, they made Black Ops for DS.
Knows his stuff, this guy right here. Next.
Do you still sell
Pokepark for the Wii, yes, we do sell it. It still is a big seller. But shooting back to this real quick.
Yeah, let's keep our questions for later.
The T for teen, it's basic. It's for, they just try to shoot for teenagers. It's just like the movie rating systems. It's almost the same exact thing. If you know your parents or guardians don't want you watching a movie that's PG-13, you're sticking with a movie that is PG, which is for you, then there's your E for everyone, 10 plus. You know, your T for teen is more like your PG-13. There could be some minor violence in it, but there's no profanity or anything like that. And your mature is where you get, you know, the more intense stuff. It is, for you guys who are now transitioning to the better systems, meaning like the Xbox and the PS3, not that there's anything against the Wii, that's where you get your more mature games. Because like I said, their demographic is 18 to 36-year-old male, and that's what they're going to shoot for. So unfortunately, sometimes you guys do miss out on those better games, but I can tell you the the industry just gets bigger and bigger. So if you can't play a mature game now, when you are at that age, there's just going to be a better game for you to play. So don't get too upset if you can't play a mature game now, because there's going to be better games that are going to come out. Because every year they just make better and better and better games. So if you can't play it now, it's not the end of the world. You guys will get there eventually. Yes.
So what, like say Xbox, what game do you recommend that are good? I know it's an E rating, but that are, that's a good game that they'll have fun with.
A lot of the games for the Xbox and the PS3 that are huge are every Disney movie that comes out has a game. Every single Disney movie has a game. Those are all very popular. The Lego games are enormous right now. Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones. The new Lego Star Wars is coming out, and that's probably going to be the biggest seller of the year coming up. They said Skate 3. Skate 3 is a very popular game. Yes, it's just a sequel to Skate 2. And then a lot of people do ask about the system comparison, you know. A lot of kids start with the Wii and then they'll jump to the 360 and the PS3. I get asked every day which one is better. That's a personal opinion, guys. Comes down to a personal opinion. I'll never try to sell somebody on one particular one. You know, it's really up to you. Go ahead.
It is possible. What's your opinion on what?
The best game system. My opinion on what system right now is better to get, it depends on, I play both. It depends on what you're doing. I have both. A lot of people play, if you're into playing video games online with your friends, if your parents are comfortable with you going online, which is the future of gaming now, that's where we're headed, then Xbox is the way to go. If you are a guy who likes playing adventure games, you like playing by yourself, you're a lone gunman, you're just playing adventure games by yourself, PS3 is probably a little bit better. It has a better, PS3 has better graphics and more ability to put out better games, whereas the Xbox is right behind it. Like Little Big Planet, exactly. Yes.
I like that. Somebody said anytime you put, sometimes you put, when you put your disc in the Xbox, it scratches.
That's if you move your system, guys. Two things. That's actually really informational. What I can tell you now is with your systems, guys, as you get older and you got to take care of these things. Now, we fix discs, so we can save your discs as long as they're not cracked. But before, I mean, when I was your age, when every disc got destroyed, that was it. And I had to always get a new one. But what you want to do is with your Xbox, you want to lay it flat. Don't stand it up on its side. Whoever told you to stand it up on its side is lying to you. Don't stand it up on its side.
That's good to know.
Keep it flat. Well, what could happen if it's standing up on its side? And what's going to happen when it falls? It's going to scratch. All right? Those scratches you see on your disc, that's because there's a magnet in there holding the disc. When the thing shakes, the magnet lets go, the disc spins around in there, and it scratches. Boom, you got your scratch disc. People say laser burn, this burn. There's no lasers in there. There's an eye that reads the disc. There's no laser shooting anywhere. Those scratches are from it getting loose of the magnet because it shakes. Also, you want to keep it, you don't want any electronics on top of it, and you don't want it on any other electronics, because all that does is build heat together, and your system heats up faster, and that's when you're getting your broken systems. Yes? Yeah, you should even be careful with the Kinect, too, because everything, it's just all heat. You want to keep the heat away from as much as possible.
Is there anything like game cheats that could ruin any of your systems?
Just the DS. The game, there's no real cheats that go into the Xboxes. The DS has the action replay tends to mess up the motherboards of the DSs. And once that happens, once your motherboard gets fried, that's it. You need a redo.
Hey guys, we solve our questions because right now we're actually at the time where we should be playing that. Let's make it. Manny, I'm sorry. My son can try. No, Jen, just wait. We're supposed to be playing Let's Make a Deal. Since we're going to be splitting up into two groups, what deal or no deal? So I don't even know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Deal or no deal. When we break up into two groups, the other group that's not going to be playing, you could ask your questions then, okay? So Is that a?
One question.
Are you serious? You're serious,
It's
right?
a full house
That's all right.
tonight.
I'll let.
What about like etiquette on the Xbox, like when they're playing with each other?
Yes, well, Harrison was gonna say something. 'Cause I actually know a couple people, we have problems sometimes. Sometimes you think you get frustrated when you're playing a game. You might say something that's incorrect, that you might have just said at the moment, very angry, in anger or whatever, or you might have thought you were joking around with somebody else. You're joking with somebody, and somebody else takes it a different way, and next thing you know, you're fighting with your best friend.
Yeah, fighting on.
Okay, so we don't want any of that to happen. If you weren't dealing, okay, so Harrison is gonna say something that happens. Go ahead.
Yeah, like Mrs. Lewis said, if you get in a fight with your best friends over a game, it's not really like that fun because you lose your friend. And also, if you use like bad words or say bad things online to other people, then they can actually report you to that company that made the game or made the system, and actually, if they get enough reports, they can actually ban you from playing online for a certain amount of time.
I know somebody that went on Club Penguin and kept reporting that somebody else was saying bad words. And it was funny, everybody thought it was really funny, but you're actually getting somebody else in trouble. So there should be no lying as well. It seems like it's a lot of fun, but when you're making something up and going to an organization and saying that someone on Club Penguin is doing inappropriate things, you can actually get in trouble for that as well. So we really have to treat it with respect.
Agreed.
Okay, deal or no deal? I'm gonna win. Here we go. Okay, so now one of our requirements is playing a game together. Casey, can we continue your question? Wait, because we have to move along. Okay, sounds good. So let's play deal or no deal.
It's right there in the middle. Just got to turn those on. Is it a?
I don't know
two-player
anything
game?
about, so if somebody could,
No, it's a one-player. Whenever
all I do is laundry.
I was gonna try to play that, and
You what?
I couldn't.
And make my husband dinner when he comes home. Okay, everybody, turn around. Let's deal or no deal?